Alexander Thompson, you are not having discussion.
All right. Whenever ready. If I just start or? That's cool. Good morning. Let me say this again. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good. I love to hear it. So, once again, I'm excited to have this continued conversation with you all today. Obviously, this is my 4th time speaking with you all. I'm really excited because I feel like we've gone on some sort of a journey together. I'm starting to recognize a lot of you all's faces over the last few years, and I'm really excited about the fact that we're about to end the school year. Raise your hand if you're excited about the school year ending. Even the teachers raised their hand too, right? Right. And so as we're about to approach the end of the school year, you all are in 8th grade, yes or yes? Yes. Okay, good deal. So raise your hand if you're looking forward to going to high school. Good deal. So what we're going to talk about today is really a continuation of what we've been talking about, but now we're going to put it actually into practice. So my question for you all, typically we're usually in rows. Today we're in sort of a semi-circle today. Let me get some feedback from you all. Why do you think we're talking in a circle today? Why do you think we're in a circle? What do y'all think? You all are critical thinkers. You all can think on your toes. Why do you think we're in a circle versus in the typical line? In the back, talk to me. Okay, so you want to go one by one. I like where you're going with that. It's not just because I want to go one by one, but it does relate to that type of connection. Why do y'all think we're in a semicircle? Say it again. Right here, talk to me. Okay, it could be because I'm in the center and everyone gets their eyes on me. The reason why, though, let me reveal it. The reason why is I believe that when we're in a circle, it represents more community and it makes conversations a lot more easier, right? So typically when I come, I'm talking to you all about things, I'm teaching you concepts, I'm teaching you strategies, and over the course of the time that we've come, I believe that we've been building something in real life, right? Every time I come, I talk about a particular strategy that I'm teaching you all for the day that I believe if you choose to implement it in your lives, it will lead to you being a lot more successful, right? Let's review some of those strategies. But today we're going to use these strategies in order to have a deeper conversation about something that I think has been happening. Today's conversation is called trend or trap. Who's thinking for you? All right, so let's get back to the concept that we've been talking about. Who remembers talking about the thermostat versus the thermometer concept? Who remembers talking about that? Let me get one volunteer to tell me what that means. What does it mean to operate like a thermostat? What does it mean to operate like a thermometer? Talk to me.
Thermostat was kind of when you control the temperature.
Uh-huh.
You just let the room control you.
Exactly, right? A thermostat controls the temperature. A thermostat, clap it up, I like that. Right? A thermostat controls the temperature and a thermometer is controlled by the temperature, right? So as you all are moving to high school, I want you all to realize that right now you all are the most influential people in the building. You all are the 8th graders, you all are running it. You all are the ones that influences things the most. When you go to high school, now you're going to be back to being freshmen. It's going to be really important for you all to realize either I'm going to be influenced by the people that's around me, or I'm going to be the one controlling the thermostat doing the influencing, right? So I want you all to keep that in mind. When we talk about clear, who remember us talking about a clear process of how we can deal with conflicts? Whether you remember the exact words or not, who remembers us talking about that? Okay, good deal. We got a couple people here. Let's do a quick review. So when I say how we should think clear, clear stands for these letters, C-L-E-A-R. The first thing we have to do is to check ourselves and center ourselves. Let me get some feedback from you all. What does it mean in real time to check your own temperature, to center yourself when something's about to happen? What does it mean to check yourself? What does it mean to check yourself and center your thoughts? Talk to me. When there's a conflict or something happens in your life, the first thing that you have to do is to center yourself, check your own feelings. What does it mean to do that in real time? Talk to me. Okay. So you say it means to calm yourself down. I like that. I like that, right? But I will say this. I want to add on to that. Your hands up? Is your hand up? I thought I saw your hand up. Your hands up? Your hand up? I'll say this. Even before we calm ourselves down, I think it's really important for us to first acknowledge how we're feeling in the moment. Sometimes we can say, okay, how am I feeling? I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling irritated. Even before I calm myself down, I got to find out how exactly am I feeling, right? So I think it's important we do that first. The L stands for listen. Why do we think talk to me? Why is it important after you check yourself, after you center your thoughts, why is it important to now start to listen? This is You All Show. We're in a circle today. I want to see what you've all learned throughout our process together. So why is it important for you to listen to your environment and start to gather more information? Talk to me. I'll wait. I know you all are the scholars. Talk to me. Why do you all think it's important? As opposed to just responding, why do you think it's important to listen? Exactly. To get a better understanding to what's going on, right? There are going to be situations where you're going to be in school. You're going to be dealing with your teachers. You're going to be dealing with your classmates, right? And there are going to be moments when a teacher may say something to you, a staff member may say something to you, a student may say something to you, and you may think that you should have an immediate response. But I think it's important for you to check how you feel. And now after you do that, start listening, getting some feedback. The E stands for empathize. What does it mean to have empathy? What does it mean to empathize? Fellas, what does it mean to have empathy? What does it mean to empathize? I'm talking to you now. I feel like you smart. What does it mean to empathize? Okay, I like that. To care. Talk to me. Put yourselves in other people's shoes. Some of these concepts may seem like I'm repeating them. The reason why I think it's important is I don't expect anyone to learn anything on one shot. But there's going to be a time in real life where you all are going to be put in positions where you're going to have to use this information, right? So it absolutely means that. Put yourself in their shoes. Even right now, right? Even right now, I have to empathize with the audience. I have to say, just because someone's talking, does that inherently mean that they don't respect me? It doesn't have to mean that. It could mean that they're engaged, but they're talking about what I'm talking about. They could be doing what they're doing for a lot of different reasons. And I think it's important to stop, check yourself, listen, and then empathize. The next thing is ask. Why do you all think it's important to ask? Ask questions. Because I may not know what the person is going through, right? There's been many a times where I've had students in my class and they seemingly been distracted. And if I didn't ask them questions, I might have quickly been taking a punitive response. I might have just immediately gotten them in trouble as opposed to asking what's going on in their mind. And last but not least, respond. Respond with intention. And I think this is the part that's the most important, right? After you've evaluated, after you see what's happening, now you can say, what is the outcome that ultimately I want from this situation? So when things are foggy, that's how we end up getting in trouble a lot. That's how we make bad decisions when we're not seeing things clear. And this is the process that I want you all to go through. You don't have to memorize the CLEAR, but I want you to the overall concept is to slow down your thinking, gain information, right? Empathize, try to see the situation from your shoes as well as theirs, and then however you're gonna respond, make sure you respond with intention. We learned about the 3 patterns. Raise your hand if you remember us talking about the 3 patterns of language. Okay, we're gonna review that a little bit today. And then we're also gonna talk about the 4 classes of decision making. Now, I'm gonna skip this. Matter of fact, we're gonna go to, I want y'all to watch this video, right? And as you're watching this video, I want you to understand this is what things can look like when we don't pause, when we don't slow down, when we don't take inventory of what's happening. So as you all are watching this video, I want you to use your critical thinking and say, how did this situation end up this bad? All right, so I'm gonna play the video, and after this, we're gonna have a discussion, because this is where we're gonna start to talk. All right, can we do that, yes or yes? Yes. Good deal.
If you have teenagers in the house right now, invite them to join you for this next story. It's time for an important conversation.
The Insurance Institute of Highway Safety says the leading cause of death in teenagers is not homicides, not suicides, but car wrecks. Of those teens, 2 in 3 are boys.
WFMY News 2's Megan Maleris met an Alamance County family sharing their son's story. It's a lesson in decision making and a testament to faith.
Hi, 911. Hi, Yosemite Road. There was just a car accident. Okay. Are you involved? No. And there's a person that got thrown from the car.
The highway of life has countless on-ramps. One wrong choice can reroute a path with no U-turn.
Chandler was always a really sweet, loving, just always wanted to cuddle with you kid.
Tara Wood's son Chandler was a joyful child.
Just loved being outdoors. Never got into playing video games. Yeah, he was always such a good kid. Such a good kid.
Until middle school brought roadblocks. Grandma Teresa recalls how the family struggled to keep Chandler on track.
Tara tried really hard, but it seemed like the harder she tried sometimes, the harder he rebelled.
Around about 8th grade, started getting into a lot of trouble at school. I felt like I was constantly being called to go to the school for something.
When high school rolled around, he veered entirely off course.
He started experimenting with drinking and smoking marijuana, which ultimately led to cocaine and pills.
At 16, he dropped out and had trouble keeping a job. At 19, his reckless streak gained speed. And last December, he got behind the wheel on this curvy road in Snow Camp, drunk.
No, baby. Okay. You breathing out.
At 100 miles per hour, unafraid and unbuckled, Chandler had ejected 50 feet into a tree, entangled in vines and caught in the crossroads of impulse, where too many other teens have traveled.
Most of the structures of the brain are fully formed by the teenage years.
Cone Health pediatric neurologist Stephanie Wolf blames biology on behavioral tendencies.
But the piece that really isn't formed even until the mid-20s is the frontal lobe. It's responsible for executive decision-making, attention, and reasoning. And so that is why it makes perfect sense that our teenagers don't always have those skills until their mid-20s.
Life is all about how you recover from these missteps.
Mount Zion youth pastor Joe Frierson has coached hundreds of at-risk teenagers.
We try to encourage them to kind of just take a pause, think and breathe through every decision.
He believes willpower can win with God.
I can't tell you the number of youth that we've counseled and sat with and mentored in situations where they believe everything that they have right now is all that there is to be. And so it is faith, and faith is inserted to say, no, you can still dream, you can still envision, you can still reach.
In turn, someone might just reach back.
He is breathing. Oh my God, he's breathing. They're coming, buddy. I don't know if you can hear me, but they're coming.
Until now, Chandler's family didn't know who reached for his hand that night.
What do you make of that conversation?
Just thankful. So what's there with it? I truly believe in angels. I always have.
A reason Chandler survived. After 6 months in the hospital with a traumatic brain injury and lacerated liver, his scars bear the proof of poor choices he has trouble remembering. But his pain brought purpose.
1, 2, 3. Good job, Chandler.
I truly feel like God is using him to help others and teach others.
Because it so easily could have been a different outcome. Yes. Yes.
Well, it should have been, really. And Chandler will tell you that he's a miracle.
Because in the highway of life, second chances steer us back to the on-ramp in a new direction. The key is letting wisdom and love light the way.
Not possible.
In Alamance County, Megan Maleras, WFMY News 2.
And Chandler makes strides in his recovery every day. His mom sent us this video from therapy last week. Slowly but surely, he's learning to walk again.
He continues to make progress. The 911 caller wanted to stay private, but told us she hopes this story inspires families to talk about actions and consequences.
We put together conversation prompts and expert advice to help you have those talks. Check out.
Question. So, as you are watching that video, I heard some conversation going on. Hopefully it was about the video, I imagine. Hopefully so. As you all were watching that story, what was going through your mind?
I was like, dang, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I know what I'd be like. That hurts.
Yeah. You feel bad? Nah.
No, like, generally, if I got into that kind of car, I look, he'd be like, damn, I just messed myself up. And he's sitting there talking about some, listen to what he talking about. Talking about some, you gonna be a thug. How dare you?
Okay. So check it out. So you were thinking as you were watching the video, you were thinking like, dang, like look what happened to him. If I was in that situation, I would hate to be in it. Cool. What else were y'all thinking as y'all was watching the video? What were some things you all noticed? Talk to me. As you were watching the video, right here.
The drugs took over once you maybe not in the right mindset because doing a lot of drugs and having horrible side effects. So he probably wasn't even thinking what he was doing.
Okay, so you attribute a lot of his actions to taking drugs, to the drugs kind of led him on that path. Right here. What are you thinking?
Like how this gonna affect my homie's life. Like someone like growing up. You know, like you like someone like they might go down the wrong path growing up, you know. Just signs.
All right. Before I take any more questions, let me say this real quick. Raise your hand if you remember us talking about the human needs. The human needs. The things that all of us need in order for us to feel okay with ourselves. Right? Well, just as a quick reminder, the human needs. One of those human needs is the need for recognition, the need to feel like I'm somebody, the need to feel like everybody's looking at me. And then another need is the need to connect, the need to feel like I'm cool with somebody and I'm not ostracized. I'm on the inside, not on the outside. As we're having this conversation, I want us to kind of think about what need we're trying to meet, because sometimes we can try to meet the need to be seen, and there's good ways to meet that need, and then there's bad ways to meet that need, right? One of the good ways to meet that need is to be involved and engaged in a conversation. And then another way we can meet that need is by trying to be funny, right? Both of those will get you attention. One of them can get you attention in a negative way, all right? So as we continue this conversation, I want y'all to keep that in mind. Anyone else? What were some of the things that you all were thinking right here?
You know, I was thinking like, you know what I'm saying? This is also like a lot of my homies too, because like I see some people that like get here, you know what I'm saying, that's taking the path that he's taking.
Okay.
Like, I don't want them to go down that path.
Okay. So you see some people taking that wrong path. You know, I know you might be being a little bit funny, but you for real though. You do see some people on our path. Okay, so I got some questions for you all. Check it out. So, my first question is, based on what you all observed, what do you think his life looked like prior to 8th grade? If you all heard some of the details right here.
It was sweet, bro. Like, he was just a sweet little boy, you know, doing what he wanted. You know, he went outside, he did all that.
Okay, he was sweet. Life was going good right here. Okay, so it looked like he was outdoors. He was joyful. Did he get along with his mother and his parents at that time?
Yeah.
Seemed like it. Okay, so we all know that's the truth. Let me ask this question. Do you all recognize that in 8th grade they talked about him shifting? My question for you all is this. Where do you think that new identity came from? Who or what shaped how he saw himself? Right here. Okay. So you said it was people that he was hanging around. Who all agrees with that? Possibly people he was hanging around? Okay. Bad influences? Your hand was up? Right here. Talk to me. But, so, as we're thinking about this, because I want us to think about this in real time, right? Like, because sometimes we can say it came from the people that he hung out around, right? Or it came from these people. We saw the direction that his life went in. In 8th grade, prior to that, his life was sweet. He was getting good grades. He had a good relationship with his parents. And then in 8th grade, things shift. Who or what shaped? How do you all think he started to see himself? Let me hear from you all. How do you all think he started to, real talk, how do you all think in 8th grade he was on point, he was getting good grades? What do you think happened in 8th grade? Who or what shaped how he started to see himself? Because y'all agree he went in a different direction. I see your hands up. Talk to me.
So probably because
hold on. You hold your hand up? Yeah, your hands up. Talk to me. Because this is the thing. Yeah, talk to me.
So like probably like the people he was hanging around, like the environment he was in, probably like because high school is different, so it probably changed.
Okay, but let's make it more real though, right? Because he's in 8th grade now. Prior to that, he used to be doing his work, listening to his parents, and then he made a shift. Somehow he made a shift. Talk to me.
I mean, they did say he used to go outside a lot. Maybe outside could have changed him in some type of way.
Okay, outside like what? How does it happen? Outside.
Their environment.
Okay, like what?
The people he was around.
Like who?
Like the local, I want to say probably like his friends, if he had friends, probably like the people he just hanged around, like his environment.
Okay.
Maybe they changed, like he saw the stuff they wanted to do, so he wanted to act like he was cool, he wanted to be cool.
So he thought he felt like they was cool. He wanted to be cool with him. Right here, talk to me. I still want to hear from you. I feel like you got something on your mind. Talk to me. What do you feel like makes a person shift from being on point to not being on point to going in the direction that he went? How does that happen?
Like something in your life like make you like feel something. Like say for instance, like he was probably not like that kid who said in the story that he started to become disrespectful to his teacher. I could say
Hold on 1 second, real quick. Now, let me say this real quick. I'm not the person that trips if a person talks a little bit quietly. This ain't that type of spot. But what I will say is, it is not easy to volunteer to talk in front of your peers. So when someone is doing that, I'm requesting that everyone pay attention. Fellas, can we do that? Hold on, fellas, can we do that? No. Hold on, wait. Listen. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Okay, so I don't want to have to do that again. It's not about pointing to the next person. We're talking about being a thermostat, not a thermometer. Hold on, fellas. Fellas, this is kind of what we're talking about, right? Now, this is what we could do. This is what we could do for me. How about y'all just separate? How about one of y'all go sit over there?
It's the person behind us, it's the people behind us.
So, hold on. So once again, hold on, wait, sister. Once again, let's stop. Let's stop. This is what I'm going to ask you all. I'm asking you all this. Is it your goal to be disrespectful? Is that y'all goal? Is that what y'all want to do? No. So if it's not what you want to do, then you have to make decisions. You have to decide and say, either I'm going to let this person, whoever you blame it, because I'm not saying it's not true, I'm not saying it is true, but I'm saying that you have a choice to make right now. You have to decide, who do I want to be? Do I want to be the one that's being disruptive or not? Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Yes. All right, so, and if you're being that distracted, hold on, fella, brother, we don't even have to, I'm not even doing the blame game. I'm not blaming you, I'm not blaming them, I'm not blaming nobody. What I am saying is this. Everyone control themselves. Because if you don't learn how to control yourself in this environment, high school is going to be significantly different. You all run the show here. When you get into high school, and as you go down this path, things can happen. So, his mother tried to stop him. My question for you all is this. His mother tried to stop him. Why do you think he didn't listen? Whose voice was stronger than hers? Talk to me. Say it again. Okay. The voice is in his head. I like that. You said the devil. Okay. Where do those voices in your head come from then, if we talk about that? Say it again. Intrusive thoughts. Who all heard of intrusive thoughts before? Okay. Okay, cool. Intrusive thoughts can definitely happen, right? Now, raise your hand if you have intrusive thoughts sometime. You see my hand is raised too. My hand is raised as well, right? What I'll say is this. Even when it comes to, in most cases, when it comes to those intrusive thoughts, they're filtered through our own lenses. They're filtered through the lens of, what am I going to get from this? If an intrusive thought comes in, I want to say something silly. There is a thought that comes into play. And we do it based on the need that we're going to get met. That's why I talked about the human needs before. If we feel like we're going to get attention, whether it's good or bad, those intrusive thoughts can take over. If we feel like me doing something is going to allow me to feel more connected to my friends, and we can all laugh together, it doesn't matter if we're being inappropriate or whatever, then that need is going to get met. It's important to say that all of us have needs that we're trying to meet. The only question is, are we going to meet those needs in ways that are harmful to somebody else? All right? So, his decisions stacked up over time. It wasn't just a one-time decision. What do you all think? When do you all think that chain actually started? How do you all think that happens? In the back, right here. Okay. I like how you think it. He said that he felt like even prior to 8th grade, he was already around friends who were kind of inappropriate already. Raise your hand if you think that could be true. Okay. Why do you think that could be true? Okay, why do you think that's a possibility?
Some people talk different, some people got a different environment in their own, some people act different. It depends on the person.
Okay, I got you. This thing is important to note. It rarely happens in one big instance where a person all of a sudden becomes different, right? It's usually small steps that happen systematically over time. Your hands raised or just talk to me? Yeah, sure, talk to me.
I was going to say, like, he probably just found, like, comfort in doing it.
Okay. He felt comfort, right? He wouldn't do it if he wasn't getting something from it. So as crazy as he may seem, if he wasn't getting something from it, or if he didn't think he was getting something from it, he wouldn't do it. If it wasn't him and his friends, if they didn't feel like they was having fun, but they just really didn't think about the impact of it. Let me get back this. My question is this. He's still alive though, right? Because I saw some of you all laughing when you all seen him at the end. He's still alive. What would he have to change now in order to rebuild himself? Oh, yeah. You hear that?
I feel like he got to get his right mindset back before he starts doing what he used to do.
Okay. He got to kind of go back to that mindset that he had before?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Who agrees with that? Go ahead. You talk to me. Your hand was up? Okay. You were yawning. So, I like this question before, though. What did those compounded decisions cost him that you think it's going to be hard for him to get back? His ability to walk. What else? Him. His ability to speak, right? Now, right here.
I think it's thought process because I mean, he did crash into a whole bunch of crazy marriages.
Yeah. Even his mindset is going to be hard to get back. When I think about that, he didn't lose his position in life. He didn't lose his life, but he did lose his position. Sometimes the compounded decisions that we make over time will put ourselves in a position where it's going to be hard to get back from. Now, this whole thing is called trend or trap. Raise your hand if you ever heard of the word trend before. Raise your hand if you ever heard of the word trend being used. Okay. I'm about to play a video for you all, right? And as you watch the video, I want you all to watch how it starts, but then also watch how it ends. So I want you all to look at this video and we're going to have a discussion about it. Brother. Thanks.
I was Marina live in Hyde Park where residents are demanding accountability following a teen takeover late last night where several vehicles were damaged. Take a look at this video that was shared by one resident. Crowds can be seen of teenagers flooding the streets in Hyde Park late last night. Parkville police and city leaders have described as a growing trend of so-called teen takeovers. These gatherings, often organized on social media, have been popping up across Chicago, many times leading to fights, property damage, and police presence. In this case, witnesses describe a group of about 500 teens moving through the neighborhood, creating a chaotic and tense environment. One resident we spoke to says his vehicle was damaged. He wants to know where these kids' parents are and why they allow them to continue to do these reckless acts of violence.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. The hood is completely messed up. It's terrible. I'd say like $1,000 worth of damage probably. I have dents everywhere, footprints everywhere. Your kid should not be out here. When I was a kid, I wouldn't even think to do stuff like this. I'm just being honest, I wouldn't. But I had parents who guided me. They guided my decisions of what I did. That these parents, they just let them run rampant. So I don't know if I have a message.
The Chicago police say 3 teen curfew violations were issued and a 16-year-old girl was issued a citation. If you recall, last week, there was also a teen takeover in downtown where 8 teens were arrested. Residents here worry that these so-called teen takeovers are happening more often and becoming more violent each time. We're live here in Hyde Park. Les Marino, Fox, Chicago.
All righty, so raise your hand if you ever heard of a trend or a teen takeover. Raise your hand. You never heard of it? I never heard of it before? You never heard of a trend, the teen takeovers? Okay. So, as you watch this event, let me hear from you all. How does something like this happen? How does a teen takeover or a trend even start? Right here. Okay, so let's slow it down though. So you said it's always that one kid who makes a post. Okay, go ahead.
It was like 2 people. They'll post something, or like it's like say for instance, a Disneyland takeover. They say, oh, come at this time, this is the game, where it's gonna be at this location. That's how we take over.
Okay, so it might be a group, like 2 or 3 people, and they all put up a post saying, let's go here all at the same time, right here.
I say, it's always that one person.
Okay.
IG. It either be Sky Room, Urban Air, it's some type of fun place, man. Yeah, always in Urban.
Always in what? Orland. Okay, but this one was in Hyde Park. And they do them downtown too. So it's always in different spots too. Y'all may not be aware of that, right? So my question is this though. So, and I never asked this question before, but because you all said it, it made me a little bit more interested. There's always this one person. What is it about that one person that makes them able to create this type of movement in the first place? Right. They might be famous or no. Famous, like in the world, famous or? Okay, right here.
Oh, this is a good example where y'all play.
I got you right here. Got it. It's cool right here.
I feel like what's it called? Not that he's famous, obviously. It's like when kids get bored, they start to do stuff and they don't know what to do with stuff. So when he put up that post, that gave him something to do because there's no punishment, no rules.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be somebody that's famous. It could just be an. Okay. Hold on, real quick. Right here, then we're gonna go right here. Right.
That's how it becomes bigger groups and stuff because people find fun and I guess hanging with a lot of people.
Okay, so it's interesting, right? I'm hearing a couple things. I heard that it could be somebody who's famous. Something about them makes them influential. But then also, it leads to this next question. What needs were these students trying to meet? Because remember when I talked about every time you're doing something, you're trying to meet some type of need. I saw some person say that sometimes people can be bored, right? So when you're bored, you're trying to find something exciting to do. What else? What were some of the needs that y'all think they were trying to meet? First of all, raise your hand if y'all saw the flyer. Raise your hand if you want to go. Be honest. If you saw a teen takeover or whatever they call teen takeover or a trend, raise your hand if you would go. Okay, a few of us. I see your hand up, young lady, right here. I see your hand up, Gabby. You seen it, Gabby? Gabby, talk to me. So you said you may go. What would be the reason why you would go? Because it'd be trying to be fun, right? It'd be fun. What makes something fun? Talk to me. Okay, so being around a lot of people and the play. Why would you go?
I'll go for my friends and then just.
Hold on 1 second. All right, thanks. Right here.
I'll go for my friends just to have fun, like if it's a takeover at Sky Zone, just to be with my people.
Okay, so you just want to be with your people, right here?
Wait, I think I low-key just.
Okay, we'll come back to you right here. Why would you go?
I go because like you just with your friends, you just out having fun, no adults, so you gonna do anything you want to do, Chris.
Okay, so you're going out because you want to be around your friends and there's no adults around, right here.
I feel like the only reason why I go is because it's lit.
Because it's lit. Okay, it's lit right here. Hold on, right here. Can't hear her.
I said I would go to interact with people, but then they're not gonna be there for so long.
So you're going there to interact right here.
Sometimes I might think about going because I'm low-key easily influenced, but like really for engagement too.
I like the fact that you admitted that. Now, when I think about the 6 human needs, I think about when we talk about the need for consistency. The need for consistency or predictability is saying, when I'm bored, I know that I can hang with these people and I always have fun. So whenever I go somewhere like that, I'm gonna have fun. That's fine. And then the other need is the need for variety. When we're bored, we're looking for something to break up that state. So what can I'm at home bored, what can I do that's exciting? A teen takeover would sound exciting. When I was a teen, I used to want to go to stuff like that too, so I understand that, right? So when we're looking at meeting the needs, sometimes we gotta ask ourselves, if we're meeting the need, am I meeting it in a way that's harmful? My next question is, and this is why I want us to think a little bit deeper. What assumptions, exaggerations, or omissions were running through the group before it went wrong? I'll give you all an example. I'll give you an example of an assumption. One assumption is, well, let me ask you a question. Before I do the assumption, raise your hand if you've heard of things happening violently at teen takeovers. Okay, so now, are those same people who just said they've heard about things happening violently at teen takeovers, raise your hand if you would still go to one? No, to be honest. Because I initially asked the question, who would go, and you raise your hand, right? You raise your hand, you raise your hand, you raise your hand, you raise your hand, right? So if you all saw a teen takeover, would you go? That's my question. No. I'm saying, let me back up the question again. Let me back up the question. Have you all ever heard of things happening violently at teen takeovers? Do something violent or inappropriate or negatively impactful happen in most of them? Okay, so let me ask the question again. You know that already. Raise your hand if you'd still go. But you said you would. When I asked, you raise your hand, you raise your hand, you raise your hand, you raise your hand. So what? Right. So you already know that there's a likelihood of something happening violent, right? So this is what I want you all to connect to, what I think is important. When I ask what are the assumptions that people make, the assumption is things are going to happen. It's going to be exciting to look at, but it's not going to happen to me. Raise your hand if that's the truth. Is that the truth? I'm going to see something exciting, something may kick off, but it's not going to happen to me. Yeah? Because you said, only what I'm asking is because we just said at teen takeovers, at trends, violent things can happen. They often happen, right? And yet you all said you still would like to go. So the assumption would be, I'm going to go, but I'm still going to be safe. It's not going to happen to me and mine. Does that make sense? That would have to be an assumption. Because do you think that the people that it happened to knew that it was going to happen to them before they went? Absolutely not, right? So that's just an example of an assumption. Let me ask you this. What is an example of an exaggeration? Something that you're thinking that's an exaggeration that makes you want to go. About this gonna be so lit. This is gonna be the best fun. This is gonna be the best time ever. Or if I don't go, everyone's gonna think I'm a lame. There's a lot of things that we tell ourselves that allows us to participate and go to certain activities. My next question for you all is this. How many people do you think stop to think about the impact on others? As you all were watching that video, talk to me. What class 3 decisions were being made? Remember, a class 3 decision is something that feels good in the moment, but you know it's not good for you, it's not good for others, and it's not good for the greater good. Talk to me. What's a class 3 decision that was being made?
Class 3 decision that was being made was, I feel like they had fun jumping on the cars and all, but like at the end of the day, some of them got arrested for it. Now look at them behind bars.
Okay, so jumping on the cars, some of them end up getting arrested, some of them went behind bars. What are some other class 3 decisions that were being made that you all observed? Do you all think? Did y'all see anything else that was a class 3? Okay, so the main thing we saw was the damage and the property damage. My question for you all is, how many of you all think that they thought about the impact in advance? What is the impact? Let me hear from you all. What is the impact? Right here. Okay, so they could end up going to jail. Okay, well, what else is the other impact? Right here.
Hold up. Can I counter that?
Yeah, counter it, yeah.
Technically, some juveniles think just because they're juveniles, they're not going to get big time or they're not going to go to jail for what they're doing.
So they think that impact ain't too bad, especially if I can end up going viral for something that ain't going to have that much of an impact. I can get arrested, but I can end up being on social media and I can end up being, right? Okay, so maybe that could be the thinking. What do you all think? Let me go here. Let me go back through this. In terms of the cars being impacted, what do you all think? Do you all think they thought about as they were jumping on the cars?
No, they was busy running.
They was running, just having fun, right?
I could say half because we don't really know. But most of them were like having
The question is, as they were doing what they were doing, do you think that they were really thinking about the negative impact? You said no, right? So, hold on. No. They were living in the moment. They weren't thinking about the consequences. So let's double it back. Let me tie it back Let me tie it back to the previous video. When he was going 100 miles an hour, drunk, do you think he was thinking about the impact?
No. He was just thinking about how good he felt.
If he just felt good, right? If my question for you all is, if he thought about the impact beforehand, do you think that might influence what they do?
Yes.
Okay. The reason why I'm even having this conversation right now is I believe, I'll wait. The reason why I'm having this conversation right now is I think that often we just do things and we don't particularly think about the impact. But I believe that if we start having conversations in advance, some of you all who may go to a teen takeover, who may go to a trend, if you think about it in advance, you may not do certain things, right? You may still go, because my question is this. I want y'all to walk through it. What shifted from a gathering of fun to a gathering of harm? Because I know y'all said y'all go but have fun. What shifted it?
I feel like what shifted as soon as they got out, because they probably got kicked out the place and now they trying to roam the streets.
Okay.
Most of the time what happened, because y'all, it's too many people and it's too packed and they doing too much and the security can't stop it. So they eventually get banned. Now they trying to go do something on the streets to entertain themselves for the rest of the night.
So you saying they probably got kicked out? I like that answer right here.
Because, you know, like sometimes downtown, because I know they be having like little curfews for teenagers, they probably went like over the curfew and stuff. So they ended up like probably running from police and stuff.
Okay. So they probably end up over curfew. Let me give you all a little bit of insight. This happened, it didn't happen past curfew hours. I think it was like from 5 to 7 in Hyde Park. So it's not doing over curfew hours. So walk me through it, because I want to see what this looks like in real time. We're out there together, all of us out there in Hyde Park. They weren't in a location, they were just in the area. They were together. What happened from it being, hey, we just kicking it, maybe a little dancing, talking, to where it turned into what it turned into? We go here and we go here. Talk to me. Oh, wait, I can't. Say it louder for me. Okay, so somebody start acting stupid and dumb and start doing stuff. Who agrees with that? Okay, we're gonna go here.
Maybe if somebody had like something on them and then now everybody in trouble so that the police came, maybe they were trying to do something like
Okay, so it could happen because they thought they were gonna get in trouble. Got you right here.
I feel like at that point in time, they stopped thinking about the consequences.
They stopped thinking about the consequences. That's true. I like that right here. Let's slow it. If you can, though, as you're doing it, I want us to slow it all the way down, because I want to say, like, I know we weren't there, but I want us to imagine, like, how does it happen? Like, how does it start? How does it start where we're there, no one is on cars, we're just laughing and joking, and now it turns into 40 people running on cars? Walk me through it. How does it happen? You say influence? Okay. But in this instance, I like that right here. Your hand was up.
Yeah.
Walk me through it. Walk me through it. Slow it down all the way for me. Slow it down.
Okay. So basically, it can start off with one person, and then that one person turns into a group, and that group turns into most of the people, because they see one person having fun, and they want to jump into the fun with him, because they don't think, since he's doing it, they don't think they gonna get the same as he doing.
So I jump on top of the car. Monkey see, monkey do, right? That's at 100%, right? So who ended up being, talk to me, who was harmed? The teen takeover happened in Hyde Park. Who was harmed? Who? Okay, the cars. Who? The people that got to pay for it. What else? People got arrested. Let me ask, okay, let's go to the cars. Let's go here, right? So walk me through, what do you think that person has to do? They walk out, let's say it's you. You're walking out. Thanks. You walk out and you see your car. Your car is one of the cars that got damaged. Walk me through what happens next for you, or what you think that looks like. Hold on 1 second. Hey, young people, right here. You talking? It's cool. You want to sit over here in the group, or? Yeah. Because you're behind them, there might be a distraction. So can we be less hold on, no, don't point to him, don't point to him. Don't point to him, because I'm only talking to you. So either maybe you can either move or you can be less distracting. Can we do that for me? Thank you so much, I appreciate you. Let's go back here. So you walk outside, you see your car, walk me through what happens.
I get mad.
Okay, you get mad, then what?
I obviously check if I have security cameras. I'm gonna check my cameras, see what happens.
You're gonna check the cameras to see if you can find out who did it, what else? What's the next step?
I'll call the cops and then I'm gonna take my car to the auto shop.
Take your car to the auto shop.
I'm not paying for it, they pay for it.
So who pays for it?
The kid.
The kid. We don't know who did it now. We don't know who did it. Huh?
I'll find out. I'll find out.
So you say you'll find out, you say insurance right here? Hold on, wait. Right here.
Let's really think about it. Most unresponsible adults would, instead of doing something legally about it, they either put their hands on the kid or do something to the kid.
If they're out there, if they see it, and now there's even more of an impact. So the reason why I'm asking this question is, do you think those students right now, do you think those students right now are thinking about the impact of what they did? Think so? Because it's on. Okay. What would have to happen? What would have to happen for that event to stay a class 1 and class 2? Like, what would have to happen for a teen takeover or a trend to stay positive? What would have to happen? Want to go ahead?
Number one, less people, 500 kids, too much people. Number two, doses, so everything can stay in check. Those need a lot of doses to stay in check. And a Pacific, instead of being a high Pacific like Sky Zone or something like that, so you know it's gonna be adults, so they could walk.
Okay, so possibly, I like that. So possibly including some adults that are there. Would y'all want the adults to be involved or just kind of be stay back, but just in the area? Gotcha, I like that, right here.
I feel like more security. Like, cause like if you got like, because say the middle of this is where everybody at. And you got security, like, you see people on the perimeter, all the security's on the perimeter.
Right.
So everybody can stay in this one cluster and not go all.
Not go, so it won't just go spread out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what, your hands up? Okay, cool. So, let me skip this right here. Now, the reason why I'm talking about these trends, because I saw some of us, when we say who would go to a trend, some of us raised our hand, some of us said we wouldn't, right? But I want to say, the reality is, trends that just don't happen in Chicago. They don't just happen in Orland, they just don't happen at the mall. Trends happen every single day. And let me walk you through some examples of how these trends happen. A substitute teacher walks into class. Let me hear from you all. What happens when you walk into the class and y'all see y'all got a substitute teacher for the day right here?
I ain't gonna lie, y'all can't even lie. As soon as we see that sub, everybody gets to doing what they want to do. They be in the booth, they be in the corner, somebody else be in the corner, they be running around, talking, laughing. The sub be trying to talk though.
Uh-huh. Okay. So So my question for you though, I love your honesty. I want to slow that down a little bit. Let's slow it down. So is it that as soon as you walk into the room as a sub, do everybody just run in, just going crazy immediately? Or how does it happen? Walk here, talk to me.
I don't even know, right? I don't even know.
Okay, right here.
Maybe, like, once they see sub, they walk in, they put their stuff down, they run in and out the classroom, being loud.
Everybody?
Yeah, moving desks. Some people.
Okay.
Some people move their desks to their parents when they're not supposed to do that too. Just being loud. And only time they want to sit down and do something is when they see their principal.
Gotcha, right here.
I'm gonna say it's like, you know, like in person, our class, like mostly it's like we finish our work, then once we're done, we just start acting.
Okay.
It's not like we just walk in and start being hyped up.
Okay. I've been around subs too, and I feel like that's similar to what happens for me right here. And I'll walk you through what I think happens, and you tell me when I'm wrong right here first.
I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, most of y'all don't like being if the substitute being mean or the substitute walking aggressive, that's how the room's gonna shift.
Okay. So we talk about the thermostat versus thermometer mindset again. So I'll walk you through from my experience, right? From my experience, my observation. People walk in, there's a sub, right? Everyone recognizes there's a sub. The energy starts to get a little bit excited because you're thinking, whew, I don't got to do all the things I typically have to do with my teachers here, right? So now, the sub maybe starts to doing the attendance. As they're reading the names, one person cracks a joke. People laugh. Then another person cracks a joke. People laugh. And then it starts to kick off from there and it gets bigger and bigger and the substitute teacher loses more and more and more control. Does it tend to happen similar to that? Right here. Yeah. Okay. So it happens very similar to what we talked about in terms of a trend. Same thing. One person tends to act a fool, get silly, then it grows from there. My question for you all is this. I think that you all are good-hearted people. So when you do something inappropriate, it's not because you're thinking about the impact. So let me ask you this. What do you all think is the impact on your behavior to a substitute teacher? What do you think is the impact on the sub? Because I know y'all probably don't really think about it or care about it, but let's slow down and think about it for a moment. What is the impact? I'm a sub, and I'm there, and I'm being laughed at, talked too crazy. What's the impact on me right here? So she can become, he or she or they can become distasteful of being teachers in the first place, for sure. Right here.
I feel like since they all wow, I'm pretty sure the substitute probably yell at me and they're all like, who's she yelling at?
Uh-huh. And they start talking back to her. How do y'all think that feels when they're experiencing it? Let's slow it down. What's your name? What's your name, sister? What's your name? Yeah, you. What's your name? Micaiah? Micaiah. Let's just say your mom, right? Let's say tomorrow your mother comes up to the school. And I like your kick, she got the New Balances on. So let's just say your mother is the teacher for the day. And her ability to pay her mortgage, buy you the New Balances, get your hair done, is all based on her ability to do her job. What happens when when your mom comes in and people start talking out loud? What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You.
I'll tell them to shut up.
You tell them to shut up. Why would you tell them? Why would you tell them to shut up?
Because, like, you know, like, y'all gotta understand, like, teachers have hearts too. So, like.
Because teachers got hearts too, and you understand that. So can y'all, right here. Sure.
What if she's the one being loud?
No. This is the question though. I like. No, for real. But this is what I'm saying though. I said that to say this. I believe that. No. We still wait. Hello. We talking to Micaiah. So when I brought it to, when I made it Micaiah's mom, do y'all see how she could automatically understand the impact? And she wouldn't let anybody disrespect your mother, would you?
When it's a teacher, she don't care.
So, hello, Micaiah, can you do me, Micaiah, hold on, stop, Micaiah, I'll wait, brother, I'll wait, hold on, this is what I'll do, I'll wait. Just chill. I'll wait. So Micaiah, because I was talking to you, Micaiah, right? So one thing, Micaiah, is this. Remember when I talked about the thermostat versus the thermometer? Is it your intention to be disengaged and appear to be disrespectful? Is that your goal? It's not your goal, and I know it's not because you seem like a nice young lady, right? So, and I want us to realize this, and same thing for you too, young brother. What's your name? I'm asking your name. What's your name? Demarion. So Demarion, I wish I could tell you, Demarion, when you go to high school, that no one's ever going to distract you and no one's ever going to try to say stuff to you. But the reality is that's not going to be the case. Same thing for you. In fact, remember I told you before, when I got arrested in high school, my senior year, I believe that it's because I operated like a thermometer. And somebody knew that they can get me in trouble easily. If I wanted to get you in trouble, Micaiah, all I got to do is tell one of them to say something to you under their breath. And if they say something to you under their breath, what are you going to do, Micaiah? Be honest, Micaiah. Micaiah, what you going to do? You going to, exactly, right? Same thing you, young brother. What's your name? What would you do if I can get you in trouble too? So all I can do is tell somebody else to say something funny.
If you really want me to be honest, I care sometimes, like what she just did, I want to trigger. I was asking a question.
No, I know. No, once again, this isn't about the moment. This isn't about now. This is about thinking in general. I want you all to take this beyond now, right? Because there are going to be so many opportunities around you, so many where people are going to say things, and you're either going to respond like a thermostat or a thermometer, right? So let's think about this. Another situation. Someone laughs and then the whole class joins in. I've seen that happen multiple times even today. A group chat starts in group chats. One person starts doing something and everybody follows. Trends happen all the time. It's not just about the trends that happen in Chicago or in Orland. You all have an opportunity every day to say, who am I going to be? And am I going to just follow the trend and that's going to cause impact and damage to somebody else, right? So hopefully I believe that even those who said they would go to a trend, when you all go in the future, when it starts to turn negative, when you see certain people jumping up on cars, you won't follow because you've thought about the impact on somebody else. I imagine the next time a substitute comes into the class, I'm not going to say y'all going to act perfect, but I do think you're going to think about it a little bit differently because the impact on that sub is extreme in terms of how they look to their peers, how they look to the principal, how they feel about themselves. There's a huge impact on you all's behavior as it relates to how it impacts them. So I want you all to think about that in the future as it relates to your behavior. What is the ultimate impact of my behavior on others? What am I following and how is this going to ultimately impact me? Like I said, that young brother who was driving 100 miles an hour, who was a good student in 8th grade, turned to drugs, now he's in a wheelchair and can barely talk. He didn't see that path for himself. He didn't think about the ultimate impact. So I believe if we think about it from that perspective, a lot of our decisions will be different. So, go back. So everything comes down to these three things. Pause. Whenever something happens in life, I want you to be clear, check your thoughts, listen for understanding, evaluate with empathy, ask questions, and respond with intention. Think, have clarity, and then choose with intention what you're going to do in those moments. You all are going from 8th grade to freshman next year. And there's going to be a lot of opportunities to show you who you all are. There's going to be so many opportunities to either operate like a thermostat, control your perspective, control your actions, control the temperature in the room, or you're going to respond like a thermometer. And when someone cracks a joke, you're going to respond to it. If someone says something slick, you're going to respond to it, right? That's going to be an option for you. So every day in small moments, a trend starts around you. Every day you get to decide. Do you set the temperature or do you react to it? Want us all to stand up? Anyone want to stand up? And as you all are making you all's transition, if you can hear me clap once, if you can hear me clap twice, good deal. As you all are making your transition, I want you to keep this in mind. I want you all to repeat after me. When emotions rise, I will pause, I will think, I will choose, I will lead myself first. You don't have to follow a trend, people. It's been my pleasure speaking with you all. I look forward to seeing you all cross that stage when you're graduating, and I look forward to hearing about all the stories of your success that I know I'm going to hear. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. What's happening?
She was stealing my ball and rolling it over her.
Yeah, but you was bouncing the ball, man. Let me ask you this real quick. Do you feel like, because I want you to think about things in advance. I know you want to bounce the ball. Do you feel like that could have been distracting? Yeah. So why was you doing it? I mean, I want to know.
Just for my enjoyment.
Huh?
Just for my enjoyment.
So did you think about the fact that it could have been distracting?
Yeah.
So it means you're like, well, so it could be distracting, but I'm gonna do it I want y'all.
I didn't think about it when I did it.
Because it's like you're gonna have an opportunity to do a lot of stuff that's gonna feel good to you. But the question is, what's the impact on somebody else? Like, what's the impact on me?
Right.
I'm speaking, you bouncing the ball. That make it look like they bring me in here. They don't even respect him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't think you don't respect me, but that's what it can look like. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just start thinking about that in the future. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for your feedback. Appreciate you. It's always good. Always good. Can't wait to see y'all graduate. Thank you for your feedback. Y'all excited? Y'all excited to graduate though?
Yes, I'm ready to get out to school. Let's just end 2 minutes.